Greetings everyone, this is Char. Thank you for tuning in the JustAskChar advice channel. If you have an email for advice, you can email me at JustAskChar@gmail.com. Today I have a letter from a young man and he writes, Dear Char, I am a grown man at 30 years old and I'm a bit stubborn when it comes to my principles in relationships. I believe that relationships should not be two people who need each other to survive, but instead want to share their lives together that they've built with each other. And that said, I don't come into a relationship vulnerable, needing someone from my partner. I can feed myself, stay ahead of my bills, and pride myself in fixing my own problems. If I make a mess, I want to be the one who cleans it up. Isn't that what responsible adults do? Which leads me to the issue I have in relationships. Most of the partners I've had first respect my self-sufficiency, then grow to resent it. They tell me that it feels like I don't need them, that I'll do just fine without them, which is the case. Even on an emotional level, I'm even keeled and I don't need much emotional support. I'm happy sitting alone in the dark or reading a book without the need of any external validation or support. And while I'm there for my partner emotionally and am often a giver, they feel that they cannot reciprocate because I've already processed my own emotional baggage. In short, I feel like a pillar that by being so strong at standing alone, anyone who stands by my side has issues feeling necessary and almost seeks the validation that I'll crumble without them, so they feel I need them, which I don't, but I do want them around. Thank you so much for your letter. What you have described is not that uncommon. There are men, but they're normally a little older, that describes themselves and they live this way. A lot of times they choose prostitutes so that way they can control the few hours a week that they're willing to see someone. So that would be an option for you if you just want the female company to be around for a minute or so. Now, with that said, I'm really thinking, reading this letter, that you wouldn't mind a relationship and you identify that there are some things that need to be addressed in order for you to get the outcome, which is you want them around. Just imagine having a dog, and you want the dog to be a protector to the home. You want it to be a guard dog. And there's a lot of burglaries in the neighborhood and you're a little concerned. So you get the dog and you do put water and food out for the dog outside. And that is the most contact that you have with this dog. You don't pet it. You don't wash it. You know, you'll take it to the vet, but there is no petting, rubbing, reassurance, good boy, none of that. Just put food out and water and take the dog to the vet, which means you're doing what it takes to keep that dog alive and healthy, but that is all you're doing. There's nothing else. Now, chances are, when something happens, the burglar comes around and the burglar talks to the dog, give it a treat, pat its head, talk to the dog, all that kind of stuff. That dog is going to allow the people in the house and to take whatever they want to take, because that dog got something that it needed that you weren't giving. Now, yes, I used the dog as an example, but I wanted you to see or visualize how that can be a problem. So now let's go back to the human element. A woman. How would this go as far as a relationship? Hi, I like you. You seem cool. Let's get together on Tuesday between 2 and 3. We have sex and see you next Tuesday. And that's it. Now, I'm pretty sure there's something in between that you give the person, but they don't feel needed, so why would they want to be around you? You know, there's no sharing. There's no caring. There's nothing there for that woman to have any emotional tie with you, if you understand what I'm saying. And with the word relationship, the word relate is in it. So if you don't relate to that other person and what they're needing, then there's going to be some problems. Now, you don't have to change much, but every person has to do some type of adjustment in a relationship. I don't care what the relationship is. If it's at work, you're going to have to adjust something. If you're one that's a little tardy most times, you're going to have to adjust getting up earlier. If you're one that works better alone than with people, you're going to have to adjust that. You have to make some type of adjustments to relate to get the job done, for things to run, smoothly or well. So I want you to think about that. Now, there are some needy people out there. Those are just not, the type of women that you should date. Those that are very needy. That would not work for you. That is too much. But you could find someone that, you can have a healthy relationship. You give what you need and they give back. But in the end of the day, the woman has to feel needed, whatever that is. You may not need her, that's fine, in your eyes, but you're going to have to give her something where she's needed. The example is if she spends the night, or you spend the night at her house, however it goes, you ask her to iron your shirt because you're running late. You're about to hop in the shower. That's something for her to do. It's like, well, let me help my man out. She's going to have to feel needed to really want to stick around. If she doesn't, she's out the door. She's going to seek that from someone else. So keep those things in mind, and I wish you the best. Thank you everyone for tuning back in to Just Ask Char Advice channel. And again, if you have a letter for advice, you can send it to JustAskChar@gmail.com. And who knows, your letter may be the next letter that I read. And until the next letter, peace.